How is it working with private equity, Tilman? Because I mean, you were running your own company, and then you worked for two different worked for. I said, because now you're not your own boss anymore. You have someone you have to report to. How is it working, and what are the advantages and disadvantages?
So my first mentor always said, you are even if you have your own company, you're always reporting to somebody. If it maybe at the end it's your wife or your bank or your partner. So from my personal perspective, I get the question all the time, especially from other entrepreneurs. But there is no huge change. I think if you are a well-performing person and if you to push your company forward, you have always to talk and to get into discussions with other people, with some experienced guys from the industry, with some competitors, And I did that from the early beginning because, again, I wasn't corporate educated, so I have to learn my lessons from customers, from other experienced guys. So, and it's like it is today. We have something to board. We have every quarter we have discussion. And I can call Kai, Chris, all the other guys from Imran, and we personal relation. Every time I have a question and we challenge it. So, and I think that pushed me forward in the company, but there's no huge change. But again, if you're not interested in performing some P&L figures or discussing that, then you're on the wrong way. But even if you do something like a bank refinancing, you have to do that. So from my perspective, there's no huge change.
Mm-hmm. So, and that's something that I already know from always had mentors. You always looked for people that could fill gaps where you have gaps, that could push you to your basically positive limits. And that's what you also have with Capital Partners. So that's good that it's because if you never did it, you might think it's like these Heuschrecken, so the guys that try to increase margin and push everyone. But this feels like really a totally different relationship that you have. You still have to perform and you still have to hit your numbers. Don't get me wrong, but it's more. It feels like a
but you have to perform every time. Especially if you're on your own and I started my company with 500 euro in the late 90s. So I had to perform because there was no more money. Maybe I could have asked my parents. So, and honestly, now it's a little bit easier because I can go to those guys and they have a professional way to fund money and they have a professional contact to debt possibilities. So you have to perform it every time. That's what I tell my employees. So I don't see the difference, but again, if you are not used to discuss your decisions with other people, what is always a bad idea from my point of view, but if you don't experience that way to work, then maybe it changes your way to work in your mind. Absolutely. Mm-hmm.